He'll copy what we're saying over and over again. And I wasn't educating them on what it was he was experiencing. What was autism itself?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what does it mean to be on a spectrum? You know, you have one autistic child that's one way, and then you have another autistic child, and he's totally different. And you're like, well, I thought this was autism, and it's a big like a big rainbow.
Yeah,
like
right.
there's, you know, you have severe, you have very mild, moderate, you have high functioning. And there are all these different type of communication things that they're working on, but they're all okay. And there's not like, I don't look at it like you are better than this person, or, you know, they're more lucky or anything like that. I mean, there's a lot of stigmas even in the autism community by itself. And it's funny that you reach out to me like right now, because next month is Autism Awareness Month.
Right, it is.
So it's like so big, and it's, you know, even with on my personal journey, because I mean, I'm an advocate for autism and epilepsy, as well as, you know, advocacy for the siblings and the own organization that I've started. But just knowing that I love meeting people that are connected to our community. And, you know, I would love to meet your wife one day, because I just know, like, her experiences are just unique on themselves, you know, on their own merit. And knowing that, I mean, I work at an after school, and some of the kids in my class, I know, you know, they're on a spectrum somewhere, and it's, I'm comfortable enough to work with them because I know how that is. I've been there. And I also met parents that are like, is there something going on with my child? And I'll say, you know, have you ever got them tested? No, I'm not doing that. And it's like, why? Like, why not? Because I ain't putting them on no medicine. And just knowing, like, that's not the only answer.
Right.
Like, you don't have to go medicate your child because they have autism. You know, there's a whole lot of other things that, you know, is it the diet? You know, it's not something that's like, I'm going to go cure you tomorrow. It's like, how can we work and make this, how can we all work on this together? You know, what can we do so that our child can live the best life that they can live? And speech therapy or OT therapy, and having mentors, having ABA therapists, and I don't know, it's just a beautiful to be able to talk about, you know, just my journey and hearing other people's journeys. So.
Right. So, like, you know, going back to, like, the parents, because I know I seen your IG video, and, like, how you get, like, different messages from different families and stuff. Like, how is that on a daily basis? Like, how many, like, emails and stuff you get on the daily?
Oh, man. So I used to have people just tag me in their pictures on Instagram. And it just started as I wanted to see other people's pictures. My daughter was like, Mom, are there any other families like us? So I started asking people to hashtag Special Needs Siblings and to tag us if they wanted to be featured. And I would just post pictures. And so starting this past year, I changed up the format a little bit. On our website, there's like a sibling submit. So you can go online and you could submit like a paragraph about your sibling or about yourself, or maybe you want to highlight a sibling that you know or a family that you know, just something. So parents will come and they'll share and they'll upload pictures or a video, and I'll go back and reshare it with everyone. And it's just to show people that you're not by yourself.
Right. And
there's just something beautiful about reading somebody else's story and relating to it and building awareness, because there's some disabilities that there are rare disabilities out here that people, you don't even know that they exist until you see somebody else and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't know about that. Now let me go research it. Let me go learn more about that. I'm going to go Google this, you know, this type of disability, because I had no idea. Or maybe I'll reach out to this mom that I just saw, or this dad, or this sister, you know. I've had sisters reach out to each other. Like one sister from like Israel connected to another one in South America, all because they saw a picture and one shared a story and they could relate. And I think it's so beautiful about when you can relate with somebody, like when you have this commonality and you can come and you can discuss. And that's why we're working on our Facebook group right now. Like, we're about to really launch that seriously, because I really want to have an area where people can connect and be able to share and be in a non-judgment environment. Because I found that a lot of siblings, they feel guilty about saying, like, I feel left out or I feel jealous.
Mm.
And I want to give them permission. I want them to feel free to feel, because your feelings are valid however you feel in that moment. And how can we encourage you and help you, and what questions do you have? And my kids would, my son Christian, he'll wake up everybody in the house in the middle of the night, and then everyone still have to go to school the next day and act like everything's fine. Right. So it's like the middle of the night, we all up at 2 a.m, 1 a.m. He's screaming, he might be just yelling. He could be just playing happy, but right. Everyone's trying to sleep. And they used to share a room, the boys, and Caleb's like, Mom, I can't even sleep. Mom, what do I mean? Can I come in the room with you? And I'm just like, all right, you switch. You go here and I'll go with Christian. Christian, you got to go back to sleep. You can't turn the TV on at 2 a.m. and we can't. And I mean, not just on, on like 100. And wow. So it's like just loud, or go turn on everybody's lights. Mm-hmm. And these are all things that siblings would get, but your friends at school wouldn't understand because they never experienced it.
Right.
So when I ask people to share their stories, I'm just giving them a platform to be able to express and to acknowledge the siblings and say, we see you and we appreciate you and we love you. And my kids are amazing, and not just my child with the disability is amazing, but all my kids are amazing.
Right.
And they're all amazing as a unit. And thank you for showing us the siblings are out here. And I've had adult siblings just reach out and say, I wish I had something like this when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. I wish my parents knew about something like this because I really felt left out, or I felt unprepared, when I turned into a caregiver, when my parents could no longer take care of the sibling. Like I didn't even know what to do because nobody talked to me about it. And I don't want that for my children. So I don't want that for anybody else's children or that for their families.
Right.
So I take it very personal, everything that I do. The emails that I receive from people, they can be from, do you have a sibling support group in California? I'm in Southern California. Do you have a sibling support group? And it's not me that has sibling support group, but there are support groups out here that people don't even know about. There are things that are happening in different parts of the world that people just aren't aware of. And I hope that on our platform we can just share resources. We want to just connect them. It's not for me to solve every problem, but sometimes you just need to know that it's there in your backyard and you had no idea that it was out there. And if you contact me and I go find it, or I've had this list of things that are available, then I want to just share it with you. It's like, how can I help you? What do you need? So yeah, that's right.
Do you have like a podcast, or you thought about creating a podcast?
I have thought about it. Like that's something that I'm working on, is having it's called Sibling Speaks. So it's going to be candid conversations with siblings, and I'm in the process of putting that together now. We have siblings that are waiting, and I really wanted to share their stories because I don't feel like people really understand what it is that they're experiencing. And there's not a lot that goes into, not a lot of research, not a lot, what happens. And then now we're talking about mental health. And so you add on mental health to these siblings who have been dealing with things like above their age since they were like young. I mean, you see your brother on the floor at 5 years old having a seizure, and you don't know how to ask, like, is he okay? Is he going to die? Like, we're going to the hospital again. What's wrong? How do I talk to my teachers about that? How do I even say that to my friends? And what do I do if my parents don't even talk to me about it? Like, they don't even want to address it because they're trying to protect me. But I see the whole thing,
Right.
And I think that I learned from experience because I was the parent that didn't talk about it at first. I didn't want to discuss it because I thought I was protecting them. I wanted them just to be as normal as possible, but I don't think that's fair because they're super siblings and they're unsung heroes in our families, and they're there when nobody else is. Like it's when the lights go off. Like I tell my kids, when you go home and all your friends is gone, y'all, all we got is each other.
Right.
This is it. So, what questions do you have? How are you feeling today? What can mommy do? Like, what can we do, to help you, or, just get you through what's going on in school? And, I mean, there's so many different dynamics, but yes, I mean, to answer your question, I know my answers be long.
No,
but
cool.
I mean, I do want to have a podcast. I think that would be really nice. I would really like to showcase stories of siblings because, I mean, they're coming, and it's a beautiful thing to just read it. But I would love to hear it in their own words. I would love for them to put their face and their voice, because I can't say it like they can, you know.
Yeah, because the reason why I asked, because shout out to my homegirl, Nia, she has like a blog where she talk about like mental health. And like, you know, like I said earlier, like, you know, even with disability and like mental health, that's something that's starting to, you know, come to light. Like people are starting to, you know, take it more seriously and take it like not only for themselves but also for their family and friends. And you know, I listen to podcasts like all the time, and I never really seen like, you know, podcasts that talk about disability, that talks about, you know, mental health and stuff. And I feel like, you know, people like yourself and Nia and everybody else who's trying to, you know, bring a positive impact in the communities, you know, need to continue to share the word and just spread out to different platforms as much as possible. So I feel like, you know, that's something like I'll listen to, you know, every episode because, you know, and I'll share it with different people because I also have another cousin. Her name is Skylar, and she always been big on autism.
Yeah.
And like, cause she worked with kids who have autism, so like she's like an advocate herself, you know. Like she, you know, she spread the word and stuff, and she always makes sure. Cause I think the month, I think it's blue, right?
It is blue.
So she always makes sure that we all wear, you know, something that's blue, just to, you know, represent the month and represent the awareness of autism. So, you know, we need to continue to do that. We all need to continue to do that. But but yeah, and I like how you said, you know, I'm kind of off topic, but my mom used to do the same thing. Like growing up, my mom used to ask me and my siblings, me and my sister, like how was school today? How was this today? Just to make sure that, you know, everything's okay. Cause until this day, I'm 27. My mom still asks me, you know, how's it going on and stuff. Like, how's my wife doing? Like, even if she's around, she asks how she's doing and stuff like that. You know, until like my god brothers and god sisters, like my mom, she still does that because, you know, you never know what people have going on in their life. Either bad, good, or whatever. It always feel good to people to hear that other people care about, you know, what's going on in their lives, you know. So
it is. Yeah, just asking somebody like, how are you? Like, it's a powerful question. Sometimes nowadays everybody be so caught up in their self and have so much, you know, and I love social media, so I'm not like a negative to social media, but we kind of lose that person-to-person contact. And even just like sending a message to people like, how are you? Just thinking about you. And when someone comes across your mind, just sending them the text message like, thinking about you today. How are you doing? How's the kids doing? How's everybody feeling? And sometimes I feel like maybe we feel like we're crossing a line or, you know, we're intruding. But sometimes you just never know why it's put on you to think about somebody. And you don't know, like you said, you don't know what someone's dealing with. You don't know if it's been a really, really bad day or a really, really good day, and they don't even have anybody to share it with. So how are you? And how do you feel? And give me something other than fine or okay. You know, like I need some more. I need something else. You know, give me 3 things on how you feel today. You know, what happened? Right. And so I do like to share that with my children and let them know that I want them to grow up to be strong communicators and strong in the fact that they don't have to apologize for how they're feeling or what the choices that they made because they think about it before. And knowing that there's consequences for every action. But communication is so important. And if we don't teach our kids to communicate, all they do is grow up to be adults that can't communicate. And they have problems in your job,